Hey guys, we're live again today. We're going to wait for a second, let the chat room fill up. We had a good show last night. We talked about guns and why it's okay to be a conservative in this country and why it's okay to own a gun and what the left is trying to do to our Constitution, our country. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous what they're doing. And we, as a nation, are, well, I mean, we're doing what we're supposed to do. We're back in the Constitution. We are trying to bring America back to its values. Hey, Alex, thanks for joining. Nice to have you in the chat. Again, I'll give it just a couple seconds for people to kind of see that the stream is up and that we're ready to go. I'm over here drinking my big gulp. People from New York are going crazy. But again, last night we talked about guns, why it's okay to be a white conservative. This white guilt that people have is absolutely ridiculous. And we're going to get into immigration policy today. It's a little bit of North Korea and stuff like that. I know Alex posted on the Punishment for Benghazi page under the comments about what the thoughts are going on in Korea, China. Basically, all of our foreign policy Trump has done a great job with so far. We'll see what happens as time goes. But let's jump into some discussion about immigration and how, listen, this is probably going to be an insane racist show to a liberal. So if you're going to share this, just be prepared that they're going to call us racist. They're going to call us all kinds of things that, well, you really shouldn't care about, quite honestly, because you're not racist if you care about immigration. You're not racist if you care about, if you want the wall funded. I mean, let's just make these points clear now. And we're going to give out real facts tonight, real things that matter. And we're not going to hide behind the fact, we're not going to let the liberal narrative bash us down. We're not going to hide behind the fact that we're afraid to call it like we see it, because that's what this show is about. We're not afraid anymore. We're going to call that caravan that was that's here, we're going to call it an invasion, just like we should. We're going to call it a military invasion because that's exactly what it is. And the left and the DNC continue to allow stuff like this to come into our country because they need the votes. You got to understand, it's not good enough for the left anymore to be able to get votes from the American people, because the American people are getting tired of it. The American people are getting tired of having our country destroyed. So the left has to bust these people in so they can get votes. That's really what it's about. That's what immigration today is about. Immigration today, unless you do it legally, immigration today, what the left's narrative is, these undocumented dreamers, even John Kasich, who is a rhino, okay? Me and John Kasich don't see eye to eye for anything. I'll call him out too, because he promised a lot and didn't deliver on any. But what you're seeing is the left tell you that we need these undocumented dreamers, these undocumented immigrants to come in because they're trying to get a better life. That's not true. Don't let the left con you into that kind of crap. Don't let the left tell you that, oh, if you don't support their immigration policies, you're racist, because you're not. You're not racist. You're not stupid. That's why you don't support the left's immigration policy. And if you join in the chat, we'll talk. I want to hear your thoughts about what you think about this illegal immigration crap here in a little bit. But the real immigration policy that's being pushed now is all about votes. They need votes because the left cannot win without having the illegal immigrants vote for them. That's why they're pushing it so hard. And the true American, the true patriots, they can see that. We can see that that's happening. We can see what they're honest to God doing. And that's what we need. We need more people to wake up and call the left out for what they're doing. Alex says sanctuary cities are safe havens for criminals. That's all they are. I haven't even gotten to sanctuary cities yet. Sanctuary cities, you are absolutely correct, are safe haven for criminals. But you're not allowed to say that according to the left, right? You're not allowed to say that it's a safe haven for criminals. Because if you say it's a safe haven for criminals, then all of a sudden now you're a racist white guy. You're a racist conservative. This kind of crap has to stop. We have to push back on it. We have to push back and say, you know what, you're not a racist if you believe that the immigration policy should be stricter, that you should have policy in place, and that you shouldn't come to this country illegally and have any form of rights. We're racist if we say that. So how do you push back? Charlotte is in. Hi, how are you doing? Ed is in. Ed, it's great to see you. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out in the chat. What's your guys' idea on policy? What do you think? Where are we at with immigration policy? Is this a lost cause? This is what the left does. They beat you down, they beat you down, they beat you down, they beat you down. They call you racist, 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 until you eventually give up, until the conservatives are like, look, I don't even know how to battle this anymore. I don't even know how to combat it. How do we fight it? You fight it by taking political correctness, chucking it out the window. Get rid of it. We don't need it. We don't want political correctness. Don't be afraid anymore to stand up and speak out. Just don't be afraid of it. Illegal immigration today is all about votes, and that's exactly what the left is getting out of it. The left does not care that these illegal immigrants are drug traffickers, are sex traffickers. They don't care about that anymore. Alex says, ignore the ignorance. You have to ignore the ignorance. You have to ignore the left, because the left is going to destroy this country from within. We've been warned about this from our founding fathers. We've been warned about this numerous times. If you would just pick up a history book, if the left would just pick up a history book, you would see that we were already warned that America would not fall from a foreign attack, but a domestic one. And that's what's happening. The left on the inside is trying to destroy the country, and they're making big pushes with gun control. They're making big pushes with illegal immigration, because they're trying to rewrite history at this point. They're trying to rewrite the laws by saying, look, well, if you're an illegal immigrant, you haven't broken any laws. What? Last time I checked, by definition, the word illegal means criminal. It means you're doing criminal activity. It means it's against the law. Right? I mean, I can't be the only one that has figured out that that's what that means. Suppose I could be wrong, but I doubt it. And I don't think the American people are falling for it anymore. I don't think the true conservatives are following for it anymore. We don't need to. We've got too much going on in this country to be divided amongst ourselves, and the Republicans are doing just that as well. The Republicans are starting to be, I guess, divided on immigration as well. We won't stand for it anymore. We're not going to stand for the fact that we have these people coming in living better than veterans, getting health care, getting free insurance, free driver's license, whatever they want to do. They're coming into this country not as dreamers. They're coming in as entitled brats. They're coming into this country like they're owed something. They're not owed anything. Tina is in here. Tina, hi. Nice to see you in the chat. I'm glad you're able to join us. Yeah, definitely. Charlotte says, glad you can make it. I'm also very glad you can make it as well. Katie is in here. Karen is in here as well. And Tyler. So thanks for joining in, guys. What are your thoughts on some immigration policies, though? What do you want done? It's no longer are we asking what we want the lawmakers to do. What are we going to do? How are we going to handle illegal immigration? You're going to call ICE? We need, for one, we need to back Trump. We need to keep helping Trump. But these illegal immigrants who are sneaking into our country. Randy Williams is in here. Nice to see you. Thank you. He says they're leeches. Man, that's a good word for them. Leeches. They're leeches. I'm going to steal that from you, Randy. They're leeches. They come into this country and they use and abuse the system, and then they play victim, and they destroy the same country that they were supposedly seeking asylum from. Don't believe it when they say they're coming over here and they're seeking asylum, because they are not. They're not coming in here to seek asylum. I got a lot of liberals on my Facebook page. Yes, I keep them on there because I get bored sometimes. When we sit here and we talk about what this country is going through when we're talking about illegal immigration, we're talking about someone's having an issue. What's going on? Oh, okay. I see. When we talk about illegal immigration, we're talking about what is going to happen to our country, because if you allow these people to come in, and that's what the left wants you to do. The left wants to allow them to come in. Just walk right in. Don't vet them. Don't give them a background check. Do you realize that they care more about legal gun owners and their background checks than these people who we have no idea if they have diseases? We have no idea if they have a political agenda. We have no idea if they're terrorists. We have no idea, but they don't want any background checks. Just let them walk right in, open the door. Franklin said a long time ago, a country without borders is not a country. The left doesn't care if this country falls. Maria is in here. Welcome, Maria. I'm glad you were able to make it. Ed says, we need to stick behind Trump. I'm building a wall. We need to stick behind Trump and building a wall. I could do a lot of things, but you wouldn't be good. We can. We need to stick behind Trump building the wall. And we can. I mean, this is our country, people. I think we as a nation have grown so apart from that. So apart from the realization that we own this country. This is ours. Ours. The people we elect work for us. We're all employers. Every single one of us are employers. We employ these people, and now we're employing these people to destroy the same business we hired them for. That's what they're doing with this illegal immigration. It has nothing to do, absolutely nothing to do with true policy. It has everything to do with how fast can the liberals get votes to continue their narrative, to continue their agenda. Thank you, Marie. I'm glad you're able to jump in with us tonight too. It's always good to have a full chat room, and it looks like we do. We're getting a lot of people. If you guys could start sharing the video, passing it around. We're trying to grow the channel a little bit. We're trying to grow the actual show, the live show. But when you're talking immigration with liberals, and like I said, I have a lot of liberals on my page, and we go back and forth on it because I get bored, and I honestly ask, well, you know what? If you believe in the fact, and this is just ask Pelosi, ask Nancy Pelosi, ask Dianna Feinstein, ask Omar, ask AOC when she was crying in front of an empty parking lot because she couldn't get a photo op because their narrative didn't fit the fact that they're not being treated bad, that the detainees are not even really detainees. But ask them, is it okay if just leave your doors unlocked? Get rid of your security. Get rid of your security. Leave your doors unlocked. Leave your windows open. I feel like I should be able to come into that house anytime I want to. Liberals have no answer for that. No matter what, they just don't have an answer. Well, I'm not going to do that. Well, then why would you allow that to happen to your country? I've talked, when I did a lot of, thank you, Ed, I appreciate it a whole lot. Maria, I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. The support I get is amazing from you guys. It's always great to have a full chat room. It's always great to have people in here. But when you start talking to them about why they would allow this to happen in their country, they don't have an answer. Well, they're dreamers. They're just, well, I'm a dreamer too. I'm a dreamer. I live in a bigger house, and you have a bigger house than me, so I feel like I should go in there. I mean, it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd if you think the left cares about any of the people that are in that caravan or were in that caravan or wherever they're at now. We don't even know. We don't even fully know what's going on. But it's absurd for the left to even want to pretend to care about people. Listen, we've made a lot of accusations the past 3 nights on this show. One, the first accusation is Clinton is a crime Clintons are a crime family. They kill people willy-nilly. They will kill somebody at the drop of a hat. Don't care if they think they're above the law. We made accusations that the left is nothing but fool of nothing but full. I lost my train of thought here. Hold on, I'm getting a text message. The left is nothing but full of racists. Period. They're just racist. But they want to call the Republicans racist. We made a lot of accusations on this show, but this is one that I think if you look at and you actually pay attention to, this is one accusation that you can prove right to a liberal. You don't care about people. You just care about your narrative. You care about getting Trump out of office. The only way they're going to be able to get Trump out of office is if they allow these illegal immigrants to vote. If they allow these illegal, I don't even want to call them immigrants because they're not, these illegal aliens to vote. If they allow the illegal aliens to vote, then of course they're going to vote for the liberals. Of course they're going to vote for the left because Trump wants to get them the hell out of here. But you're not going to vote for somebody that doesn't want you here. So of course they're going to vote left, and the left knows that. But the American people are starting to wake up. The American people are starting to go, you know what? No. Get these illegal aliens out of my country. Come through the proper channels if you want to. If you're a true dreamer, if you really want to be a contributing member to this country, then come through the proper channels. Don't give me this undocumented dreamer bull crap. It comes from the Republican Party too. John Kasich rolled over on that, tried to make Columbus a sanctuary city. Are you out of your mind? I'm from Cleveland. I don't want them anywhere near me. And it's not a racist thing. Immigration isn't even about race, people. The left wants to pound it in your head. They'll pound it in the millennials' head that immigration is about race. But it's not. It's not. Maria says, I think it's an insult that illegal people are called dreamers. What are we? We have dreams too, but no support from the left. Charlotte says, dead people were voting for the left in the last election. Absolutely, they were voting. You had Mickey Mouse voting for Democrats. You had Goofy. You had the Ninja Turtles. You had all these people, all these fictional characters voting for the left. That was documented. And then they want to blame us. They want to blame us for election fraud, right? They want to blame the Russians. You literally had Disney princesses voting for you. And I hate to tell you this, but Aladdin was Arabic. He wouldn't even be allowed to vote if he was real because he wasn't from this country. It's absolutely insane. Alex says there are several states converting their electoral votes to the popular candidate, which, I mean, come on. Come on. That's what we're dealing with here, people. We are fighting on it. We're not even fighting common sense anymore. I used to say, well, we're battling common sense. It's people with common sense, without common sense. We're just battling plain out evil. We're battling plain out stupid. These people have common sense. What they want to do is they're using and abusing their power. They're using and abusing our children. They're using and abusing the same system that they say they hate, right? That's what they're doing. So illegal immigration, before we even dive even any further into immigration, into the immigration policies, you have to understand that the illegal immigration policies of the left has nothing to do about race, that illegal immigration period has nothing to do about race, that immigration, nothing of it at all has to do about race. But the left needs you to believe it does. The left needs the millennials to believe it does. The left needs this generation, the ones that are going to be taking over, the ones that are going to be in control here soon. And I say in control because we allow them to have too much power. But the left needs to brainwash them and allow them to have certain viewpoints and beat them into the ground in the heads of every single child we in this country to believe that you are racist if you oppose illegal immigration. We got to fight that back. We got to fight it hard. How do we fight it? The show isn't just about shouting out the problems. The show is about coming up with answers. You want to know how to fight it? We'll fight it. You fight it by taking political correctness and throwing it out the window. You talk about it going to your town halls. When they had those stupid town hall meetings that I really don't believe work too often, but when they do have the town halls, go to them and say, I don't want these illegal aliens here. Don't call them immigrants. Don't call them undocumented people. Call them what they are, illegal immigrants, criminals, people breaking the law. Call it like you see it. No more are we going to stand behind political correctness. We just blew political correctness out of the water. It's gone. It's over with. It's over with. Alex Gwynn says, spank your kids and teach the Bible at home. Amen to that. Yes, absolutely spank your kids if they do something wrong. I'm not talking about just beating a kid. That's not right. But if they do something wrong, absolutely. God said, don't spare the rod. Well, don't spare the rod. Teach them right from wrong. Train up your child. It's ridiculous. Maria says, we all know that the left preaches lies over lies again and again, and then it sticks. Brainwashing. Propaganda. It's propaganda. They take it right out of Solinsky. They take it right out of Marxism. pages right out of Karl Marx's books, and they teach our kids. Back in the day, and yes, I'm saying back in the day, I'm 32 years old, but back in the day, back in my time, that's how sad it is. Back in my time, when I did something wrong, you better believe it, I knew I did something wrong. But the left doesn't want to teach morals anymore. The left doesn't want you to do that. If you teach morals, you're a threat to their agenda. You're a threat to their narrative. And we've said that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. So illegal immigration, you got these caravans coming in. You got these people coming in. And then you have Feinstein and Pelosi trying to keep their faces intact from melting off their skulls while they're screaming at the top of their lungs, racist, 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 because Trump supporters don't believe that if you're an illegal immigrant, you have any rights. Yeah, you're right. Pelosi and Feinstein are right when they say Trump supporters and true conservatives do not believe that an illegal alien has any rights. They have zero rights. None. Zero. Zip. No nada. I'm not racist for that. I'm not racist at all. But the left forgot so much. When Bill Clinton was in president, when he was a president, when Bill Clinton was in office, what about little, what was his name? The kid that floated in here on an inner tube? Elian, I think was his name. When he floated here in an inner tube, we basically gave him a Snickers bar and kicked him back out to sea. There was, I mean, come on. Come on. Illegal immigration is a problem in this country. It's a very big problem. And it started under the Obama administration. He had such lax laws that these countries were sending these people in here just to test us, just to see what would happen. That's how you know it's an invasion. That's how you know these people are not seeking asylum. It is an invasion. That's exactly what it is. And it's because of Obama's lax laws and the liberals' lax laws when it comes to our immigration policy that these countries test us, that these peoples test us. Now you hop over the fence, nothing happens to you. Just get deported. Yeah, get out of here. Get, scat. Then they do it again. Get out of here. Then they do it again. Listen, these illegal immigrants, treat them like stray cats because that's what they are. You give a stray cat a bowl of milk, and the next thing you know, you got 70 of them on your porch, and you're that crazy lady that doesn't have a date for Friday night. That's what this country is. We're becoming the crazy lady that doesn't have a date for Friday night because we're allowing these illegals to come in, take our jobs, and yes, they are taking our jobs. Do not let the liberals tell you that they're not taking our jobs because they are. They're absolutely taking our jobs. Alex, you are absolutely correct. He said, pardon my language, but people 35 and younger have turned into a bunch of, we'll say, cats. You're right. We have. 35 and younger absolutely have. That's why we need to bring it back up. We need to get people going. I don't care if you think me looking at somebody, not based on the color of their skin, but going, you're a criminal. You illegally broke into this country. You illegally broke in. Get out. You're now in jail. And I thought it was brilliant. Really great acting. Really great acting on AOC's part. When she is staring at, what is that, an empty Walmart? When she's staring in a parking lot that happened to have a chain fence around it, just crying. I mean, just bawling her eyes out. I think she made a little too many, Manhattans in her bartending career. I think she was a little drunk when she was looking at those pictures. They're liars. They're absolutely liars. AOC wasn't even good at acting. I don't even know if it was like, if I should applaud her for it and go, well, you gave it your honest shot. Or if I should look at her and say, what in the hell is wrong with you? Blows my mind. Alex says, anyone else still waiting for their white privilege cards? Anyone gotten their cards yet? Oh, I'm a card-carrying white privilege member. Card-carrying white, card carrier. It's ridiculous. I was looking to see if I actually had a fake card, but I don't. A card-carrying white privilege. We're going to get into white privilege here in a little bit as well. But first, we got to figure out about this immigration. We need to make people aware, look, as a conservative, we can stand up to it. We can fight it. We can say, hey, enough is enough. Or we can keep allowing the left to turn our country into a shack. To turn our country into, I mean, come on, look at these. This is just me, and I could just be getting super emotional over it. But I don't want to live in Iraq. I don't want to live in Iran. I don't want to live in Cuba. I don't want to live in Haiti. So why do we allow these people to come from those countries over to here and change the rules to make it exactly like the places they left? Doesn't make any sense. When you break it down, that's how you know it's all BS. That's how you know it's all for show when the left is saying, well, these people are seeking asylum. They're not. You don't seek asylum from a country and then come over to the new country you're seeking asylum in and try to change every single freaking law. That doesn't make any sense. And conservative Americans, patriots, are looking at this going, you can't fool us any longer. We're done with it. You even have some of them that were on the fence, some blue dog Democrats, whatever, going, you're not fooling us anymore. If you love America, you have to look at the immigration policy and go, no. It's time for a change. Maria says, can you tell me something? Let's say the left wins and changes America. What would they get out of it? I'll play the what if game. If the left wins, let me tell you what you're going to get. If the left wins, small business is dead. If the left wins, the economy is trashed. If the left wins, if they happen to win, this country will never be the same. You will not see jobs. You will not see freedom. Karen Tweedy says, the next civil war. That's beautiful. You will see a godless nation, worse than we are now, because we are becoming a godless nation because the left is trying to push that narrative. The elites in Washington, they're trying to push that narrative. They're trying to push the narrative, no more God. That's why. And people say this, listen, Randy Williams says socialism, which is right. He's right. Socialism would absolutely become the new norm. But socialism doesn't work. Socialism is a starting point. Socialism is a starting point for communism, a starting point for fascism. So you can't ever just have socialism. That's why when people say, well, socialism looks great on paper. No, it doesn't. A socialistic utopia looks disgusting on paper. It looks disgusting. If you want something for free and don't want to work, it's disgusting. In my opinion. Charlotte says, complete and utter control of its citizens if the left wins. Correct. Absolutely right. So if the left wins, let's just even take it a step further. What if or a step behind, I guess, not say the left wins all of it. Let's just say the left wins the immigration policy, the immigration war. If the left wins that, you will see rape and murder. You will see more drugs coming to this country. Right now, we have a heroin epidemic that is absolutely disgusting. It doesn't, it reaches from Lake Erie to California to Canada. I mean, everywhere. We have a heroin epidemic in this country, and it spans from America to Canada to Mexico. That's what you get. Oh, well, you don't know. Some of them are drug dealers, right? Don't care. Don't care. A lot of them are. And if the left does not want to vet these people, the left does not want the true patriots to go, wait a minute. We need some kind of background checks, right? The left is all about background checks until it comes to illegal immigrants, till it comes to illegal aliens. Now, all of a sudden, they don't want any background checks. But if you want to go buy a gun, you got to do 16 different background checks. You got to make sure that there's, come on. The real reason the left wants immigration in this country, they don't want it done the right way. Because if you're a legal immigrant, I guarantee you, you're a supporter of the conservatives. I guarantee it. But if you're an illegal immigrant, then of course, that's what the left wants, because that's how they're going to win. That's how they're going to get their votes. You want to talk about real foreign election fraud? We're witnessing it. We're going to witness it in 2020. We're going to witness true foreign election fraud in 2020. You want to know how I know we're going to witness it? Because they're going to give these illegals a bunch of votes. That's exactly what's going to happen. Alex says they just want votes. Charlotte says the thing with the drugs are corrupt politicians have been trafficking drugs in for years. Yeah, absolutely they have been. Absolutely. We're going to have a hell of a time in 2020 because you're going to see, like I said, you're going to see real foreign election fraud. You're going to see it actually start to happen. And it's going to start with these illegals. We saw it happen when Mickey Mouse decided he wanted to vote, when Minnie Mouse voted. We saw this election fraud. We've already seen it. We know exactly what comes of it. But yet, the left is continuing to lie to these kids, continuing to lie to the voters, saying, well, these people are coming over here. They're actually just dreamers. No, they're not. They have a political agenda. The left has a political agenda, and they've bribed these people. They've paid these people. They've bussed these people in. They've had Soros pay for these people to get in here. Did you see the pictures of the caravan when they were on their way here? Jose had an iPhone. Huh. But yet, they were so poor that they couldn't get here. I mean, granted, my iPhone cost some money. Wasn't free. So how did the people in the caravan have these iPhones? They were bought and paid for. Soros did it. Soros brought these people in. The elites are bringing them in. And we, as a nation, don't care? Of course we care. But we're being silenced because we're being told we're racist. Get out of here with that crap. Get out of here with that garbage. You're racist. The liberals are racist. They're racist against Americans. How do you like that? How do you like it? Feinstein's face would fall the rest of the way off if I told her she was racist against Americans. She wouldn't know what to do. Pelosi, she'd melt the rest of the way. But we elect these people. We elect these people. The left is ruining this country, and they're going to do it by illegal immigration. This is a very serious issue. This isn't something we can take lightly. When you have these people come in, and you're going to see it get worse, just watch. Watch. The closer we get to the election, the closer we get, you're going to start seeing these people shipped in and bust in. And Trump, his only play at this point to save this country is to start having ICE get rid of these people. That's what they are. They're rats. It's absolutely insane, guys, what the left is doing. What they're teaching our kids, really. So when you bring up the immigration policy with these people and you hear people like AOC talking, well, they were treated so bad. They were having to drink out of the toilet. Really? Really? They were drinking out of the toilet, AOC. Do you know how many times her head was probably bowed down to the porcelain god because she was so drunk she forgot she was a woman? I mean, I couldn't imagine how many times that degenerate actually drank out of the toilet. But she wants us to believe that we're treating these people that bad. We could be. They're prisoners. You don't treat them. What do they want? What do they want, a hotel? No, screw it. Take off the air conditioner. I'm all for it. Don't give them any beds. Is that inhumane? Why? Why is it inhumane? Show them what happens if you really, truly want to break into this country. Strip them of stuff. Make them think twice before they do it. It's the only way we're going to accomplish something. And that makes me racist and not humane because I don't want to give them beds and I don't want to give them, you don't kill them. But at the same time, you don't give them things that they want. You don't give them amenities. You don't do that. It's disgusting. Charlotte, Alex has been there. I think we've all been there. Charlotte says the Clintons claim they left the White House with nothing, yet over a short period of time they had millions. Come on, we know Hillary and them had money. We know that for a fact. We know they left the White House with millions. Alex says they get free meals, but I pay for my kids' lunches. Yep. How much sense does that make? The left wants you to get rewarded for doing wrong. That's why they're doing it. They want you to get rewarded. That's why welfare is a thing. That's why welfare is so pushed upon everybody, because they want you to get rewarded for not doing something, for not working hard. Well, you didn't want to work hard. Here you go. But they punish the people who do work hard. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And AOC is the worst when it comes to this, because she has no idea what she's actually talking about. That's the sad part. She has no idea what she's actually physically saying. She couldn't even, come on. She doesn't have a clue. Not a clue. It's like having a 3-year-old try to teach algebra. It doesn't make any sense. And we're looking up to her. We're looking up to her, or some people are, as some form of authority figure on the issue. Why? Why does anybody even take her seriously? How did someone take her seriously? That's what I want to know. How did someone take her seriously? Seriously enough to go, I think I'm going to run for office. Well, you got my vote. What? Who the heck decided that was a good idea? We're allowing the blind to lead the blind here. But the problem is, back a long time ago, I used to think, man, liberals aren't trying to destroy the country. They just have a different view. Now I don't believe that. I believe they know exactly what they're doing. And it really shows me, anyways, through their immigration policy, that they don't care if they destroy this nation. They just want the power. That's all it is. AOC wants power. I don't even really know if she wants power or not. I think she's too stupid to figure out what that really is. I think she just wanted to be in the spotlight and accidentally got elected. I think that's actually what happened. I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. Doesn't make any sense to me. 0 sense. You got Feinstein saying that you need to let these people in, that you're racist if you don't let them in, which is disgusting. So now their narrative is, we can't save our country without being racist. I'm done with that type of narrative. I'm done with it. From now on, I'm going to call it like I see it. And I want everybody to call it like they see it. No more. Alex says, what breaks my heart is the kids being indoctrinated by the public school systems. He said, I can't homeschool my kids because I'm too busy working. That's correct. A lot of us can't do that. But I'm telling you right now, homeschooling is the better way to go, because our public schools are propaganda machines for the left, for the American hating left. They're teaching our children to hate America, and by bowing down to their immigration policy, you're confirming that you hate America. That's why the true conservatives and the true patriots, we're not bowing down. We're not saying, all right, we're just going to let it happen. No, screw that. Build the wall. Get the hell out of my country. Come here the right way after being vetted, so I know you're not some terrorist. So I know you're not carrying the bubonic plague. So I know you're not here for some political agenda, but you're actually seeking asylum. So much different. But the left just wants you to focus on the fact that I said, get the hell out of my country. They're not going to rewind the tape where it says, if you come here legally, I welcome you. If you're actually truly seeking asylum, I welcome you. If you don't have plans to destroy my country, I welcome you with open arms. I want you to be that dreamer. I want you to get a better life. I want America to be a safe haven for people who want to abide by our Constitution, live our laws, and conform to our rules. Don't bring your rules over to this country and tell me I have to abide by them, because that's not how it works. When someone comes over my house, it's my rules in my house. If I go over to their house, it's their rules in their house. That's how it works. I wouldn't go to somebody's houses and, if they say, hey, you got to have your shoes off, and I just walk through their house with the shoes on and the mud going everywhere. I wouldn't do that. My house, we walk with our shoes on sometimes. I have hardwood floors, easy to clean up. But it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Hey, Tyler, you want to turn that fan this way for a second? I got a fan going. It's super hot in here. But we as a nation are just tired of it. We're tired of being blocked every time we say something. And racism is a real issue, too, and we're going to get into that tonight. But first, we got to take care of this illegal immigration deal. Don't be afraid to stand up and say, listen, we know it's a political agenda at this point. We know you really don't care about children. We know you don't care about the kids. We know you don't care about it. We know you don't. So stop pretending you do, and let's have a real discussion about immigration. Let's really fix the immigration issue. Let's really, if the left really cared, they would come to the table and go, you know what, you're right. These people are coming in. We don't know who they are. They could be the next mass shooter that we can blame on guns. That's all they see. They know damn well what they're doing. And it's killing America. It's destroying America. It's destroying what we have worked for. So yeah, Trump absolutely needs our help. 100%. 100%. We got to scream it at the top of our lungs. I'm okay with that. I have no problem yelling. I have no problem screaming at people. But the problem is it gets redundant. It becomes over and over and over and over and over again. I have to keep telling these liberals the same things. You're lying. You don't care about people. And then I just get called a racist and the conversation ends because I don't feel like fighting with them anymore. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. So, us as a nation, we as a people, if you will, have to come together and look at the immigration policy and go, listen, we need strict immigration policy laws. I firmly believe that. But we do need to figure out who actually is trying to come in here the right way and who really needs asylum. Because as a conservative, somebody who cares about humans, we want that to happen. We want people to have human activity. You want to say hi? You want to say hi?
Hi.
That's my little one. Say hi.
Hi.
That's one of my twins. So we as a nation have to come together. People, it's for my kids like that. My kids deserve the same exact shot I had when I was growing up to be good or bad. Right? Give them a shot. Raise your kids right. They'll have the ability to do good. They'll have the ability to become something in this country. But they need that shot. They need that chance. They need the ability to do it. The left is trying to destroy that ability. The left is trying to destroy that. And when you think about kids and you think about what you had growing up, it's not white privilege. It's my parents worked their arses off. I work my arse off to do it, to give my kids that same chance. But if we don't have the same America that we had back in my day, back in my time, we're not even giving them a chance. And immigration, it absolutely has something to do with it. Immigration absolutely has something to do with the fact that this country could be wiped out in a second. It's disgusting. It's sad. It's absolutely disgusting. Going back to, I guess, a couple of the other comments in here when we were talking about the immigration and stuff that's going on and the left winning. Do we really want an America where the left has control of what we do? Look at what happens when the left controls anything. Alex says, my parents also didn't break the law. You're correct. They absolutely didn't break the law. We live in a generation now where entitled brat punks decide they're going to be the ones that are going to call the shots. Well, those same entitled little brat punks, they're not going to be able to accomplish anything. They're not going to even, they can't even understand capitalism, let alone run it. This country's on a very, 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 very slippery slope, and the left is trying to lead the charge into it. So what do we do? What do we do, people? We know if the left wins, socialism comes. We know if the left wins, we're going to have all kinds of issues. I don't think anybody's ready for a civil war yet. The left sure as hell isn't. The Antifa people sure as hell aren't. But what do we do? We need to fix it. It's hard to fix stupid. It's hard to fix stupid. Very hard. I mean, look at AOC, for God's sakes. Do you even think you can talk to her about anything? Do you think that she could come to the table and bring anything and contribute anything to society? She contributes nothing to our political system. In fact, if anything, she's destroying the hell out of it. Doesn't make any sense. It's sad. It's sad when you break it down. Charlotte says Hillary Clinton sat on the board of Walmart in the 80s. She was buddies with Sam Walton's daughter. Her friends funded Hillary's presidential party. She didn't get in the end. They found kids being housed in a closet down Walmart. I believe all that stuff. I absolutely believe it, and it's disgusting. We allow these people to hold political office, to hold power. So what happens if immigration loses? Or what happens if our immigration policy loses? If we lose grip of true immigration, of the true immigration policy, what happens? Our country gets overrun. Our country gets slammed. We get slammed. Our farmers get slammed. The backbone of this country gets slammed. It's going to happen if we allow the left to continue to bust these people in. And George Soros is just as much to blame. He's the one funding these things. He's the one funding this crap. Maria says AOC, Schumer, and so on, they're not smart. They're very smart. That's the problem. They're very smart. They're very intelligent people. Listen, Hitler wasn't an idiot. Hitler was insanely smart. He was just evil. He was just an evil man. He used his smarts for bad. Same thing with AOC and Schumer. I think AOC legitimately is stupid. But Schumer isn't. Feinstein isn't. We might have different political views, and I might think she doesn't have any common sense, but she knows damn well what she's doing when they try to bring this immigration stuff through. When they try to sit up there with these kids and they're crying and they're saying, "Oh my goodness, look at what we're doing to the dreamers of the world." We're not doing anything to the dreamers of the world. The dreamers of the world are here in America. We need to take care of our own first. Let's take care of our own backyard. Let's get veterans houses. Let's make sure they have a place to stay. Let's make sure they can stay clean. Let's make sure they have the ability to have 4 square meals a day. Let's make sure they have that. The veterans, the people who serve this country. Let's make sure they have the ability to have a dream before we give these people the ability to have dreams. Right? I mean, makes sense to me. Let's give our veterans the ability to become dreamers. They're the ones that gave the ultimate sacrifice so that I can sit here and talk crap about our politicians. But the left doesn't even believe in that. The left hates our military. The left despises our military, despises it. Not true conservative patriots. We put our veterans on a pedestal. We should. We put our veterans above all because they are above all, because they went above and beyond the call of duty. They took an oath to this country that I couldn't do it. I didn't do it, but they did. And yet, living in Pelosi town, they have no houses. They might not know where their next meal comes from. Their kids are living with them on the streets. They can't get an education. Why? Why? Because they know a smart, armed populace is dangerous to their agenda. That's exactly why they don't give a damn about our homeless veterans. Gary Sinise Project is amazing. If you don't know who Gary Sinise is, you should look it up and see the stuff he does for our veterans. It's amazing. But the left doesn't give a damn about our veterans. They care more about a bunch of people coming in a caravan who we have no idea what their actual objective is in this country. They care more about them than they do the people who have served this nation. And us as conservatives, we're damn tired of it. We're tired of seeing our veterans being treated like third world people. We're tired of our veterans being treated the same way illegal immigrants, illegal aliens should be treated. That's what we're tired of. It's ridiculous. And Maria says, and they want to rewrite history. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. They want to rewrite history. They have to rewrite history because I'm telling you right now, nowhere in the history of this country, aside from the liberals in Nam during the 60s, that didn't give a damn about the veterans that were coming home. That's when it all started. Before that, veterans were put on. You were heroes. You came home a hero. You left a hero. Parades when you came home. Somber tears if you fell abroad. And now they don't care anymore. The left is trying to teach this generation that authority is bad, and that includes men in uniform. Men who are going over to Iraq, not to fight for oil, for God's sakes, don't give me that crap, but to keep the damn terrorists at bay, to keep my kids safe. Alex says, meanwhile, Hong Kong is begging for a constitutional society, a Second Amendment, and singing our national anthem as, yes, absolutely. Absolutely they are. That should tell you something. The left doesn't want you to see that, though. The left wants you to believe, 100% the left wants you to believe, that our veterans are being treated fairly. Come on. We know they're not. We know it's a lie. So what in the world are we doing? What in the world are we allowing to happen? Listen, AOC, I want you to go to a homeless veteran who is sleeping on the streets. I want you to look at him in the eye, her in the eye, and say, oh my God, I'm devastated. I'm so sorry. And cry about that. Don't give me this crap about an empty parking lot with a few BMWs in it for a photo op, so hopefully you can get reelected and say you care about human beings, because you don't. You don't care about human beings. I would love to have AOC on the show, but I don't think she would know what to do. I have no idea. She wouldn't even know what to do. She couldn't even figure out that a garbage disposal was a garbage disposal. That's got to make you chuckle a little bit. Us as a nation, we have to band together, and now is the time. It's going to be a big push. 2020 is going to be scary, guys. It's going to be nail biters. And not because the American people aren't out in full force voting for Trump, but because now we got to battle a bunch of illegal aliens to get the president elected. That's exactly what we're going to have to fight. 2020 is going to be an SOB, man. It's going to be hard. It's going to be super, super difficult. We got to be prepared for this, because you're going to have to get out to the polls. You're going to have to get out there, and you're going to have to make sure you're voting. And the sad part is we'll only vote once because we follow the law. But you're going to have these illegal immigrants who vote 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times because what's going to happen to them? Nothing. Nothing's going to happen to the Democrats when they have election fraud. Nothing. So do not give me the crap that the illegal immigration policy put forward by the liberal left has anything to do with human rights. Because if that was the case, then Hillary would have been all about us going to Iraq and stopping Saddam Hussein from whacking a whole soccer team because they lost. They didn't care about that. You know, the left does not care about human rights. They care about an agenda. And they push that agenda. They want to push that agenda. And they're not even being secret about it anymore. They don't give a damn about Americans. They sure don't give a damn about anybody abroad. They just want power. It's all the left wants. They want their policies in power. And Bernie Sanders, you idiot, he is their only chance at winning the election, I believe. I believe they need to, if the left really, really, really wanted to win, they need to put Bernie Sanders forward. But even then, we'd still smash them, because not enough people believe in socialism yet. There's still enough true patriots out there that are going, oh my God, I would rather vote for Trump than vote for, than to be a socialist. It's crazy. Charlotte says the 60s was a psyop, sex, drugs, rock and roll, and the left was behind that then. Absolutely they were. Absolutely they were behind that then. Maria says they probably will get paid for voting more than one time. Absolutely they will. Backed by Soros. Backed by Kasich. Backed by the people who actually are trying to destroy the country. Absolutely they will. Alex says if they cared about human rights, abortion would be a bigger topic than gun control. Don't even get me started on abortion yet. We're going to save that show for tomorrow. We'll save the whole abortion topic for tomorrow. But that, you're right. That's how you know liberals do not care about human rights, because they're aborting kids. Left and right. Planned Parenthood is a terrorist organization. I'll say that to the president of Planned Parenthood. I don't care. I'll say it in front of Congress. I'll say it in front of AOC. I'll say it in front of anybody. Planned Parenthood is a stupid terrorist organization, and Planned Parenthood is the reason, absolutely 100% the reason, you know for a fact liberals don't give a damn about the human beings. 100% you know that. You want to defund Planned Parenthood? I'm all about it. I'm all about defunding Planned Parenthood. Make it a non-existing group. But they're going to tell the kids, the liberals tell the kids, well, Planned Parenthood doesn't just give abortions. They don't do that. Bull. Well, they give birth control out too. Okay, teach your kids not to have sex. How hard is that? Oh, you're 13? Listen, put some clothes on. Oh, you're 13? Get the makeup off. Oh, you're 13? Stop taking selfies with your boobs hanging out. Look, problem solved. You want to stop Planned Parenthood? Start teaching your kids that it's not okay to sleep with everybody. It's not that difficult. You want to stop Planned Parenthood? Get the morals back in. Stop your women from dressing like whores. Stop your daughters from doing that. It's that simple. Have some respect for yourself, ladies. And then here's another issue. My dad told me a long time ago, if you're not in business, don't advertise. Stop it. Stop it. That's the problem. Liberals want that kind of thing. They want you to be so intrigued by sex, drugs, and rock and roll that you start reproducing like rabbits. Planned Parenthood is a business. The more babies you kill, the more profits they get. It's insane. It's insane. If you want Planned Parenthood to stop, then teach your kids to get off their backs. Teach them things such as don't have sex till marriage. Bam. Look at that. A moral. Where'd that come from? The Bible. We're getting somewhere. It's not that difficult. The boys need to start treating women like with respect. Maria says, what do you have to say to the boys? Don't treat women like objects. They're not. Women are not objects. They're human beings. There was a time where a man you need a good woman behind a man. Women are, you want to talk about the sexes being equal, and I don't necessarily know if they are equal or not. But what I can tell you is that no man can accomplish anything on his own. He needs a good woman to stand beside him. Not in front of him, not behind him, but with him. You need to stop treating women like objects. Boys, stop doing it. Have some damn respect. Don't just look at getting in the pants. Get into the mind. The souls should connect. I know that sounds corny, but you want an intellectual conversation. Look, sex is great, but guess what? It ends. 30 seconds, you're done. But a good intellectual conversation doesn't end. A good intellectual conversation will never end. That's how you defund Planned Parenthood. Fathers, teach your boys. It's not about sex. Teach your boys it's about intellectual conversations. It's about that kind of stuff. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and we're allowing Planned Parenthood to kill our people. We're allowing Planned Parenthood to depopulate us. It's disgusting. We shouldn't be. They're murderers. They're killers. But it starts at home too. You want to stop that kind of stuff? Then at home, teach your kids. Teach your kids. Show them the Bible. Show them that this is what they should be reading. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult to sit down and have a chat with your son and say, look, if you're gonna treat women like they're pieces of meat, then don't be surprised when you end up alone. Don't be surprised, because listen, women are getting tired of it. But at the same time, women, this false allegation crap's got to go. This false allegation garbage is ridiculous. Not everything is sexual harassment. It's crazy, the world we live in today. And again, the left is doing this. These are policies of the left. These are ideologies of the left, guys. Planned Parenthood is a tool of the left, just like immigration is a tool of the left. We can't buy it anymore. Don't buy into it. Don't let it happen. You want to defund Planned Parenthood? Let's start teaching morals. Start a Bible study group somewhere. How difficult? Say, hey, half hour a day, kids, we're turning off the TV. We're going to read a couple chapters of the Bible. Is that being too radical? No, absolutely it's not being too radical. Because my Bible doesn't tell me to go behead somebody and start a jihad. My Bible tells you the Bible is your sword. Use that as a weapon. Convert people peacefully. Don't kill them. But my Bible does tell me to defend myself, and I will defend myself. And I'll teach my kids to defend themselves. But the Bible isn't radical. The Bible doesn't have radical ideas. And if you start talking about the old school, about the Old Testament, then we have a problem. But the Bible, I don't ever want to shove my religion down anybody's throat, and I never will. But what I'm saying is the Ten Commandments is a base for religion, is a base for morals. It's a base. That's all it is. It's a base. Build your family up around basic morals, and you won't have issues. Matthew is in. Matt, hey, Matt, how you doing? Took me a second. Glad to see you, buddy. It's a good friend of mine. Actually, a friend of the family. Good people, Matt. But we as a nation, we have to stop being so scared of being politically correct. We have to stop being so scared to stand up for our Constitution. We have to be so scared to say, stop being scared. Raise your children the right way. Don't be afraid to look at somebody and say, hey, women shouldn't be treated like objects. Men shouldn't be falsely accused. If you're not in business, don't advertise. These are things that used to be talked about, and they're not anymore. Charlotte says the feminist movement is also being orchestrated by the left. Yes, the feminazis. Absolutely. The feminist movement is now absolutely an objective, a tool by the left. Absolutely it is. We can't be afraid to stand up for our Constitution. We can't be afraid to call it like we see it. And the immigration policy, let's call it like we see it. It's an invasion in this country to destroy the Constitution, to destroy this country, to destroy the American people. Cut and dry, end of discussion. They're not dreamers. They're illegal aliens. Get out. You want to say I'm racist for that? By all means, call me a racist. I don't care. You want to know what I do care about? I do care about the fact that I want my children to have some kind of shot at living the dream they want to have. That's what I care about. I don't care what the left calls me. I would rather, in my time, what if my son one day says, Dad, why didn't you say anything when all this was going on? I can at least look at my son and go, I did. I tried. The worst fear I have is staying silent. Not being louder. It's staying silent. Let the left call me whatever they want to call me. Let me get death threats. I love it. Bring it on. I'm not worried. I'm not scared. What I am scared is our Constitution being turned into confetti for a communist parade, for a socialistic agenda that does nothing but destroy everything this country stands for. That's what I'm scared of. That's what I'm afraid of. Not a bunch of clowns in a Guy Fawkes mask or a bunch of idiots having bandanas over their face using AK-47s the wrong way. I'm not afraid of those people. Or getting sucker punched on the side of the street. Because I'm telling you right now, if you sucker punch me, you're coming down, buddy. You better have 10 or 11 of you. It's ridiculous. We as a nation have to stop being so politically correct. Please stop the political correctness. Bring back the offensive jokes. Comedians, Hollywood, shut the hell up and just act. How hard is that? Just shut up and do your job. Politicians, Republicans, shut up and do what the American people tell you to do, what the conservatives want you to do. If we elect you, then you better do what we tell you to do. Because there's coming a time where the Tea Party is going to rise again, folks. It's going to happen. Tea Party was pretty big when Obama happened. It's going to get bigger now. It needs to come back. It needs to get bigger. Has to get bigger. Guys, thank you for joining in on the show. I appreciate it. Everybody in the chat, Alex, let me scroll up, Matt, Katie, Maria, everybody. Ed was in here. Mike was in here. There's a lot of good people, a lot of good patriots in this. Guys, listen, I need you to share this and pass it around everywhere. I mean, just start Googling or Facebooking pages. Send it to everywhere you can. Everywhere you can. I appreciate everything that you guys have already done, all the support and followers that I have. It's ridiculous. I was so shocked and surprised. And every show I do, it gets bigger and bigger. And I don't know, I can't really find the words other than just thank you. Thank you for everything. Share it to pages. I need you guys to be an army of sorts. Let's get this show huge. Let's really piss off some liberals. Let's really do it. Tomorrow I'll be on. We'll do 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time again. And we'll talk about socialism a little bit. A little history lesson for socialism, if you will. But guys, just share it as many times as you can. Keep sharing it. Just spam the share button if you can. Like I said, I appreciate it more than you guys, I think, will ever know. It's absolutely amazing. Alex, thank you. Maria, thank you. It's been great. We'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Check it out. And again, share the video. Share. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. No apologies right here on Punishment for Benghazi.